I'm really like, do I really want to share this? Am I really going to post this? Yeah, I'm going to do it. This is, I don't know if it's really a story time more than it is just kind of like a video to help women going through the same thing, especially Black women. And I'm just kind of, I didn't really want to do this because it's something that I didn't want to share with the world, and it's something that was very private and personal, and just something that I didn't really want to share because it's kind of embarrassing to me, and I know that I probably shouldn't feel that way because in no way is it my fault or anything in my control, but here we are. And it's still kind of uncomfortable for me to say this to other people because I know the only people who know is basically my family and my maybe 2 friends. Like, and by my family, I mean like my immediate family for the most part. Like, not many people know this about me. Not many people knew that I was going through this, am going through this. And I wanted to keep it that way, but I feel like other women go through the same thing, and it's really nothing to be embarrassed about because it's a real issue. It's a problem. It's a sickness, maybe. I don't want to say sickness because it's not like the worst thing you could be going through, but it is something that's very personal to a lot of women and embarrassing, and just it makes you lack a lot of self-esteem and just lowers your confidence. And so I'm really like, do I really want to share this? Am I really gonna post this? Yeah, I'm gonna do it because other women can look at this video and be like, I'm not the only one. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. Subscribe if you haven't already, comment, like this video, share with your friends, and let me know if you've gone through any type of experiences like this too, or you know anybody who has. So today I will be talking about alopecia, female pattern baldness, and I will be letting you guys in on my story. So if I look down, I did jot down a few notes that I don't want to forget throughout this video because this probably will be a long video. So I've been dealing with female patterned baldness I'm 25 now, and it started when I was 19, so 6 years, which seems so crazy to me. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. 6 years I've been dealing with this, and for 6 years I've also been hiding it. So I don't know if anybody in my life who I didn't tell knew or could see a difference, but I tried to hide it as best as I could. Like I said, only my immediate family and a couple of close friends really know about what was going on with me and my hair. But I think I was 11 when I first got my first relaxer, and then up until then I was getting frequent relaxers, and I would get highlights occasionally, or like I would dye my hair, but the only color I ever completely dyed my whole head was black. It was never a bleached color. The only time I ever got my hair bleached was for highlights. And my aunt always did my hair. She was a hairdresser, and she always did my hair. She did my hair ever since I was a little kid. And she was always into hair care. Not just hair, but hair as well. So she took really good care of my hair. And at one point my hair stopped growing when I was a little kid. And when I got the relaxers and the frequent washes and the frequent proteins and treatments and stuff like that, my hair started flourishing, like really growing. And by my sophomore year of college, I had really long, pretty, black hair. Like, it was long. It was probably maybe about here, straight. Like, it was long, and it was pretty, and it was thick. So I noticed one day, my sophomore year of college, in my dorm room, I was doing my hair, and I was just, taking it out. Black girls know when you have your hair straight and you wrap your hair. I was taking my hair out of my wrap, and I was just parting it and brushing it out. And I noticed on this side of my head that the part seemed a little wide, which was just really strange for me. It was really wide, and I was just like, that's weird. But I ignored it, right? I ignored it because I didn't think it was going to be the issue that I have today. Which, if you guys have looked up female pattern baldness, you will know that it starts with the widening of your hair part. That's the first sign that you're losing your hair. First mistake was that I ignored that issue. I ignored it. I went through my sophomore year, and I noticed that part was getting wider, but I just, I would just flip my hair to the side and just part it that way, and it was all good. I just ignored it. I don't even think I talked to my aunt about it, really. I mentioned it to my mom, I believe, and she just kind of like, oh, really? Like, interesting. She didn't think too much about it. I didn't think too much about it. I'll also put out some pictures and stuff so I can show you what my hair did look like my sophomore year, and just give you an idea of what that was like for me. Continued into my junior year of college, right? And I was studying abroad. This was my second semester junior year. And I had already noticed that side was already starting to, my left side was starting to widen. But I had started just, parting it on my right side more. And let me mention that I used to always part my hair usually on the left side for some reason. But when that started happening, I frequently wore it on the right side, my part. So I was, this was my second semester junior year. I was studying abroad in London, and I was sitting in front of the mirror we had. It was like a long, full-length mirror in the hallway to do my makeup and do my hair while my roommate slept in the room because it was early, and I was parting my hair this way, and I noticed that this side was starting to widen as well. And that to me was really weird. Like, I looked in the mirror and I looked back at both sides, and I'm like, why is that doing that? Like, am I parting it too much on this side? Am I putting too much heat on it? Am I dyeing it too much? Because before I had studied abroad, I had got my hair dyed black because I knew I wasn't going to be back for a few months. And then for a while, I wasn't able to find a hairdresser out in London until someone helped me find one. And then I started, getting my frequent hair trips. I'm like, am I just putting too much heat on it? Is it just stressed? Like, am I stressed? Like, I didn't understand why this was happening. So I texted my mom again, and I was like, hey, you know how I told you that one side of my head was, like, widening? This side of my head, this part on this side of my head is also widening. She's like, really? That's really weird. And I think she may have told me to send her a picture. I don't remember. But she thought that was pretty weird too. And so, there's not much I could have done in London because, I was studying abroad. I was only there temporarily. And it wasn't like I could just go to, like, a dermatologist out there because it just wouldn't have made sense. So I dealt with it. It got a lot worse as the years went on, but it was hideable. And I would just, like, part my hair closer to the middle so you wouldn't be able to see the missing, the gaps in my hairline. I went through my full junior year, and when I came back, I was discussing it with my mom, and well, I decided I was going to go see a dermatologist about my hair. So this was my second mistake, and you'll figure out why very soon. So I went to a dermatologist. This was a dermatologist that I went to for my skin when I had acne, and he helped me then. So I thought maybe he would be able to help me with this and help me figure out what's going on. So he looked at my hair, I clearly saw the bald spots, and was like, looks like it might be alopecia. I'm going to give you spironolactone, and we're going to see how this turns out. I'm just going to prescribe it. You have to take it twice a day. Now, what he also told me was that I would have to take this every day for my entire life. Like, I would have to take it every day for my entire life. I didn't like the sound of that. I did not like the sound of that, because I didn't want to be on a medication that I would have to take every day for my entire life for hair that should already be on my head. I'm 20 years old and I'm dealing with hair loss. That doesn't make sense. But as we all know, alopecia happens to a lot of females in their 20s, early 20s, maybe even late teens, early 20s. But that's pretty much around the time that it starts to manifest itself if you do have alopecia. I pretty much refused to take the medication. I just didn't want to take it. I didn't go to the pharmacy and get it after he prescribed it. But my second mistake was not going to an actual professional who knew about hair loss, who specialized in hair loss. Because he didn't. He was just a regular dermatologist. He did not specialize in hair loss specifically. So he prescribed me spironolactone 25 milligrams. And there's a whole bunch of side effects and stuff that spironolactone can give you, which you would have to get tested pretty often, blood taken to check your levels, because it can alter your levels. I forget exactly what it can do, but that was the type of medication he put me on, and it was only 25 milligram, which apparently now I know that it should have been a way higher dosage for the hair loss that I had. It should have been up to like maybe 125, 150 milligram, and he only prescribed me 25 milligram. So that was not going to do anything for me at all. I'm already experiencing hair loss. It's very noticeable, and you're only prescribing me like one of the lowest doses you could prescribe for such a thing, and it wasn't going to do anything regardless. I didn't know that at the time, but my mom was the one who actually got the prescription for me and gave it to me, and she's like, I know you don't want to take it, but you know, if the doctor says this is going to help, then you should take it. So I did. I started taking the medication. I took it for maybe around 4 years. I stopped probably about a year and a half ago, because it wasn't doing anything for me, which I now realize was because the dosage was too low. But ended up just taking the medication, and I started using. So my mom also mentioned that, you know, you should try a bunch of things and see what works. So I tried Rogaine, female Rogaine. They sell at Walmart, CVS, pretty much any drugstore. So I was doing that as well, and I was putting 5% minoxidil on my head in foam, putting it on my head, and taking the spironolactone. And to be honest with you, it didn't really help me. I really didn't feel like it was helping at all. Maybe the Rogaine was helping a little bit, but as far as the spironolactone, it didn't really make me feel like it was helping. And the Rogaine was only doing so much. It wasn't nowhere near, it just wasn't working for me like that. Occasionally I would try like a natural hair method, like Jamaican castor oil. I would try coconut oil, lavender oil, any type of vitamin E oil, anything that would help bring my hair back. And nothing seemed to really work. And for a while, I'm natural now, but I wasn't. I've been natural for probably about 2 years now, but like putting no heat on my hair type stuff and like everything like that, because I thought maybe that might also contribute to the hair loss. I wasn't sure, but I had I was still getting my hair done at salons and like getting my hair not relaxed but straightened. I wasn't getting relaxers anymore. I also wasn't dyeing it anymore because I was around, at 22, I moved to Georgia. So I needed to find somebody out here that was doing the, like, going to salons and stuff. Like, I needed to find somebody out here that would do my hair. And I would just get it straightened. I wouldn't get relaxers because I didn't trust anybody to do a relaxer on my head. But after a while, even before I came out here, I was starting to feel, even when my aunt was doing my hair, I was starting to feel kind of embarrassed about the fact that I had bald spots on my head and I didn't know why, and I didn't really want other people seeing that. And it looks worse when your hair is wet because, you know, your hair is wet. It's not in its fullest state because it's wet. So it looked so much worse when it was wet. And like, my aunt knew about my hair issues, so at least she knew about it. But when I would go to other people, they didn't know about my hair, and I felt like it was just another person to see what was going on my head, and the fact that I'm bald on 2 areas of my head. Like, it was just such a embarrassing thing for me. And it was just, like, I really lacked a lot of self-esteem because I was going through this, and people could be like, oh, it's just hair, but when, especially for black women, it's like your hair is so much to you. Like, you can do so many different things to your hair. You can wear it in braids, you can wear it straight, you can wear it curly in its natural state, you can wear twists, you can wear bantu knots, you can do all of these things with your hair. You can even wear wigs. But like, it's such a big thing in the black community. Your hair is a lot. It means a lot. Like, it means a lot. Like, maybe it meant a lot to me. And my hair was at one point really thriving up until I noticed the hair loss. And I was just really, I was really sad about it. I was already kind of like in a depressive state, but like it's just like added to it, and I didn't feel confident. Like, I was kind of embarrassed, and I was always trying to hide it, and I didn't want anybody to know about it. Like, I didn't tell anybody about it, really. And kind of just kept getting a little worse. And it's not like you can wear your hair in a whole bunch of styles when, like, this whole area of yours, this U area, is completely thinning out and bald in some areas. Like, you can't hide it all the time. Like, I wanted to wear braids, and I would wear braids, but I would only do like the cornrows or maybe really loose like braids or something. But it's like, my hair was already thinning in that area, and braids tend to really pull and cause tension to your hair. And if they're really tight, then honey, get them things loosened, because that can cause hair loss too, and that's called a different type of alopecia. But I wanted to wear my hair in all these different styles, but I couldn't, and I still tried to anyway. And at one point I was wearing these braids, and they were really cute braids, and I had like a U shape kind of going on, like 2 braids coming down here, and it was in a pony. It was cute. And when I took them out, and I had them in for a while, when I took them out, it seemed like it really thinned out that part of my head. If it was getting any better, it was completely destroyed by the braids. So I it was just awful. Like, I hated getting my hair done at different places because it was like they would point it out and I'm like, I already know what's on my head. I see it. I know about it. You don't need to point it out. Like it's like I know. But it was just really bothersome for me. At some point, I just decided I'm gonna go natural, and that was in part so I wouldn't have to go to salons and deal with it, because there's just this thing inside of me that's like, if I go to a salon, they're gonna see it and they're probably gonna say something about it, and I just don't want to deal with it. But it was also because I thought maybe the heat and the different things that I'm doing with my hair is not helping my hair. It's probably hurting rather than, it's probably hurting my hair. So I decided I would just give it a break, go natural, and not go to any salons. And I really haven't been to a salon. I've been to a salon maybe once, and that was just to get my hair washed and put into the dryer. I didn't have any direct heat on it because I didn't want that. I was taking the spironolactone, and I was putting the Rogaine on my head, and I think it may have helped a little bit, but it was not, my hair was just not growing back the way it needed to. And so that was my third mistake. Not getting a second opinion, because after a while, after I realized this thing was not working, I should have gone to a different dermatologist who specialized in hair loss and just gotten a second opinion. And I kept saying I was going to do it, and I kept putting it off, I guess because I was kind of scared, like there was no options for me. And I would look it up on Google, and I would see like, well, the longer you wait, the smaller your hair follicles start to get, and it's harder for the hair to grow, or you may have dead follicles and no hair's growing, or you may need like this type of surgery, like shape this part of your head to put those follicles that are working healthy and everything on the top of your head, and maybe it'll grow. Like it was just a lot. That was my fourth mistake. Don't go to Google. Don't go to Google. Go to a specialist. Let them tell you what they think. Because Google doesn't have all the answers, and it'll put different things in your head, and it's like, okay, Google, I get it. My hair ain't growing back. I might as well accept it. That's how I felt. I really felt like that. That's how I really felt. And I was already like, I couldn't wear braids because of the tension, and I can't wear wigs because, as you can see, I have a really low hairline, and the glue and the wigs, it's just like, that can also cause hair loss. So great, there's nothing I can do for my situation except live with it for the rest of my life, unless I want to take some type of medication or to have some type of surgery to get this over with. That's probably going to cost me $1 gazillion. Like, nobody got that. So don't go to Google. Don't look online for alopecia issues and things like that, because Google doesn't have all the answers, and everybody is different. So your alopecia may be different from her alopecia. Like, where it starts, where it originates from, it could be way different. So it could be in your genes. It could be that you put too much tension on your hair. It could be that it got ripped out. It could be that the follicles are just damaged. It could be that they're dead. It could be that they're just shrunk. It could be that they just need a little extra stimulation. I don't know, but don't go to Google for it. So at this point, I was pretty desperate. It had been already, just in July, I decided to go to a specialist who specializes in hair loss. Like, just July. Like, I didn't decide that just in July. First, COVID hit, because I was already thinking about it, and I was trying to schedule an appointment, and I had to see if they took my insurance and everything like that, because my insurance changed and all that stuff. Then COVID hit, and I wasn't able to get an appointment because the office was closed. And then by the time they were open again, it took me about a month to even get an appointment. So I got my appointment back on July 25th of this year. And I went to the specialist, and she seemed like somebody that I could relate to. She was a black woman. That's first and foremost. Ladies, if you're gonna go to a specialist, let her be a black woman, please. I know that there are white guys working in, hair loss and stuff like that, but it's just nice to have somebody you can like relate to and who gets it. You know what I mean? Like, she's a black woman. If she was going through this too, she would feel a little embarrassed, a little lack of self-esteem issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just somebody that I can trust and somebody who's in my demographic. Like, you're a well, she's older than me, but like, she's not old. Like, she's probably in her 30s. Like, I can relate. You know what I mean? But I went to her back in July, and she looked at my scalp. She clearly saw the hair loss. They took pictures and everything to monitor the growth and the progress. And so she said that she was going to put me on this liquid. It's a liquid solution, and it comes in different forms. It could be oil, it could be a foam, it could be liquid, it could be an ointment, cream, whatever. It could be anything you want it to be. But I opted for the liquid because that's what she recommended. Because I was like, what do you recommend? Because she gave me all these lists it could be, and I'm like, I don't know. But I also didn't want something that left a residue in my hair, which I knew oil would do. So she gave she looked at my scalp. She said that it could be female pattern baldness, I believe that is what she said. Could be genetic, and she's going to give me a solution that should like calm down any inflammation and within the follicles, and basically contribute to hair growth. So she gave me that she actually didn't give me the solution. She had her assistant or whoever, the nurse maybe, to send over the solution to this specific pharmacy. And this pharmacy is it's a different kind of pharmacy. I'll have it on the screen because I can't remember what type of pharmacy it is, but it's not your regular CVS pharmacy. This specializes in like different like solution, like they make liquid solutions they specialize in that. So anyway, she gave me that, and she said she would see me in about 3 months, and we'll see what the progress is with the hair, and see if the solution needs to be monitored, changed in any way. And I'm not gonna lie, she's kind of expensive, even with my insurance, but I have out-of-state insurance, so if you have in-state insurance, then, I mean, lucky you. The whole thing took about maybe 10-15 minutes, and then I was out of there and scheduling my 3-month appointment. My prescription would be sent over to that pharmacy, and I would be able to get it shipped to me. And that that ain't cheap either. It's about $90 for a 2-month prescription, and I should show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so this is the bottle it comes in. I don't want to give you guys all my information, so I'm just gonna. This is the bottle it comes in, and it's a little dropper. So you put this on your head in the designated areas. She told me to put it on the side, in the back too, because the way my hairline was that I had hair in the middle, but these two sides would be, and you can kind of see it, it's growing in a lot better. It looks so much better than what it looked like before, I promise you. But it is growing in a little bit. This side wasn't ever as bad as this side, but you can see the spots where it's still a little bald. I don't have anything in my hair, and like I said, I used to try to cover it up, and I used to use, like, now people have like those that want to cover up their grays. I would use that like mascara brush and just put that on my hair, or I would use hair fibers to cover it up so that people wouldn't know that that I was, that I didn't have hair there. And I've always had hair in the middle, but it was like in a U shape where you could see that it was so bald. And I'll insert pictures and everything too. But So basically, that's what I went in looking like. And so she gave me this prescription, and it is minoxidil 2.5 hydrocortisone 2 solution. That's what it says on the bottle. Don't exactly know what any of that means, but I have been using it for the most part. I missed maybe 3 nights, and I'm supposed to apply it every night at bedtime, and I have been doing that for the most part. I've only missed maybe 3 days, and I haven't missed any recent days at all. So I apply it every single night, and the way I would apply it would be here and here, not here, here and here, and then back there, and it would drip down. So mind you, this is a hair growth thing, so it was making my edges. In fact, my edges are a little more grown out than they have been in the past. They grew out a lot, and that was because the prescription was just dripping down the side of my face. So anyway, I was doing that every night, and then so she set me up for a 3-month appointment, and that was back in October. That was October 27th, and that was just not that long ago, actually, just a few weeks ago. And when I went in for my appointment, she told me that she looked at my head, and she was like, it looks a lot better, and I can see that you have more baby hairs, because the thing was be dripping, and she's like, sometimes it likes to drip down, and so that's probably why you have more baby hairs, but it looks good. At a 3-month stage, you look really good, and sometimes at 3-month stages with this type of solution that she gave me, people aren't really able to see much of a difference, but she could see a clear difference and from when I first came in up until now. And I will insert a picture of what it looks like now so you guys can see that too. But clear difference between, and she showed me my before, and I'm like, wow. I noticed a little bit of growth. But then a few weeks leading up to my appointment, I noticed a little more growth than usual. But I'm like, am I imagining this? Because sometimes I would imagine maybe my hair's growing, but then I look at it and I'm like, nah, my hair ain't growing. I don't know what's going on up there, but it ain't growing. And I was so convinced that maybe my hair would not grow. And she, at the first visit, she told me, if this doesn't work, we do have other options. There's shampoos, there's blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm glad you seem hopeful, because that gives me something to hang on to, because I just did not think my hair was going to grow back at all. And I know that there are some women who go through alopecia and their hair just completely, I know that I am not the worst case there is, and I am blessed and to be able to say that I still have most of my hair on my head besides that little U part. And I am thankful, Lord Jesus, I am thankful. And I also want to say, because I didn't mention this before, no woman in my family has ever had hair loss like this in their 20s. Yes, as they get older, they get hair loss and blah, 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 because you get older. But at 20 years old, nobody has had this problem. Not my sisters. They have full head of hair. Okay, full heads of hair. My mama, full head of hair. My grandmother, who's 84, full head of hair. All right, aunts, full head of hair. Where did this happen? Where? The only person I knew was my father, who had hair loss. But it's Google was saying that it could be a factor it could be something genetic from your father. So maybe I got it from my dad, but my younger sister, who shares the same father, does not have any type of hair loss. So maybe she didn't get the gene. Maybe I triggered something. I don't know. I'm still not quite sure why this happened to me. But I can say that I am blessed that it did not happen all over my entire head. that I still have a bunch of hair, because I know there are women out there dealing with that, and I know that that has to be hard, because this was hard for me. So my heart goes out to you, and I pray that they come up with some type of solution for this, because hair loss in your 20s should just not be a thing. Like, it just shouldn't. As a woman, especially, like, your hair means a lot. Like, women and their hair, you can't tell a woman about her hair, especially a black woman. Oh, listen, I know that there are some women out there who are completely bald because of this certain type of alopecia that they have. And like I said, I started losing my hair at 19, and I'm 25 now, and if it was meant to get worse, it would have gotten way worse, okay? Because I was not taking the precautionary steps that I should have taken in the first place, okay? Let's get that out there. Like, I wasn't. So, if I was meant to be bald, I would be bald. But I thank the Lord that is not my case. I pray that I'm so thankful that my hair is growing back. I'm so thankful. Even the nurse was like, you can't tell how your hair grows. I'm like, oh no, yeah, I can tell. She's like, yeah, because girl, it looks so much better. Like I can walk outside just like this and not feel like I have to use cover up or hair fibers for my hair. Like, I feel better going outside just like this. Like, I wouldn't even wear my hair back. I would wear it in like a middle part, or I would wear it to the way to the side, just so I could hide that issue, and it would still be such a prevalent thing. And I would still have to try and hide it with hair fibers or hair covers. Like, I was not trying to let nobody know my issue with hair loss. But now that I feel like I'm on a journey to improving my hair and growing it back, and this is just at a 3-month standpoint, like 3.5 months, I'm okay with sharing this story and letting other people know what I'm going through. And maybe I should have shared the story sooner, but I just did not feel comfortable doing so. I really wanted to be able to inspire other women and let them know, hey, you may be going through this right now, but guess what? There are a lot of solutions for you. Like, it's not the end of the world. Don't think your hair's never going to grow back, because it's not the case. Sometimes it is the case, but sometimes there really is. With all the things that they have going on with, like, improving hair loss, and, like, it's really incredible. And you don't have to deal with it alone. And I want to mark my journey and just see where I started from to where I am at now to where I am going. Because I think that this is something that a lot of women deal with in private, mostly, because who really wants to share that they're losing their hair? Unless it's like this complete obvious thing, like, even if it is obvious, you may not feel comfortable sharing anyway. I really didn't. I didn't want to share it with anybody. I didn't want to talk with anybody about my hair loss unless it was somebody who could help me. And I feel like this doctor, and her name is Dr. Nikki Hill, and she's located here in Atlanta. And I am so thankful to her that my hair is finally growing back after 5 years. If I would have just listened to my own advice and not have made those mistakes and just letting this slide for so long and not going to seek a second opinion, like, I could have had a full head of hair, you know what I'm saying? But I would probably not be here telling you guys my story if that was the case. I truly want to let you know that you are not alone. You are not going through this alone, even though sometimes it feels like it. Even if nobody else in your family has even experienced anything like this. Like, I would make jokes to help myself feel better. Like, I would make jokes about my hair loss, because it's like, what else can I do about it other than joke about it? Like, I would joke with my sisters about it and my mom about it. Like, I would just joke about it, because at the end of the day, I know that this is something that's happening to me, and I would just, I don't know, it was my way of coping, I guess. So you may joke about it, you may just not talk about it at all, but you're not alone. You're not alone. There are solutions out there for you, I promise you. I thought there was no solution for me, but apparently it's as simple as putting drops on my head. It's not a medication that I have to take for the rest of my life. And something about Rogaine that you may not know, you have to put that on your head every single night. This solution that she gave me, I can use it up to a year's time if I would like that. And I guess we'll discuss what happens after that. My hair is growing back, and I'm rebuilding my confidence every single day. Like, I'm at the point where I could wear my hair out and not be embarrassed about what's happening to my head. Like, I don't have to worry about people staring at my hair and being like, this girl's bald. Like, no, not anymore. My hair is growing back, and you can't tell me nothing, okay? Like, my hair is growing back. Now, I don't really know the sole reason why this happened. I don't think a lot of women know why, unless it's genetic, which I can't prove it to be. Like, sometimes it may be an issue, like a thyroid issue. I got tested for thyroidism because I was losing my hair, and came back negative. I didn't have a thyroid issue. I still don't know why it happened to me. I don't know why I'm the only one to experience it out of the women in my family. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy that this is fixable. In a few years' time, my hair will be completely back, and I can wear my hair just as my hair. I can take care of it, keep it natural, because I'm planning on doing that. Go to a salon and not have to feel embarrassed or lack confidence about my hair. I don't have to feel like somebody's gonna say something about my hair. I don't have to feel that way anymore. And it's not a good feeling to feel that. So grateful to this dermatologist for being able to find something so simple as putting a solution in my head. I'm so thankful. I'm just thankful I'm able to experience a full head of hair again, because I didn't think I was gonna have that. Something that you take for granted. Who really thinks about, when I started losing my hair, I started looking at everybody's hairline. I started looking at everybody's hair, and I'm just I would look to that spot where I'm losing it, and I would look at their hair, and I'm like, they have such a full head of hair, and I would wonder if I would ever have that again. And it's you take such advantage of something so simple. It's when I was a kid, I didn't think about losing my hair. Not at 19, 20 years old. That was not on my mind at all. And then it happened, and it was all I could think about. When I looked at people, it would just be straight toward their hair most of the time, especially on TV. And if I was to get a part, because I am an actress, if I was to get a part in a TV role, and they do your hair and makeup, and what are they going to do to my hair? That would be a constant worry of mine too. What are they going to do? If I'm already embarrassed to go to a salon, what if I'm on set and they have to do something to my hair? And what could they do except cover it up? Anyway, I'm rambling at this point, but y'all get it. So I just wanted to let you women know that you are not alone, and I will be giving you updates on my hair journey. I have another appointment in January, 3 months from my last appointment, so I will be going back, and I will give you guys an update on what the doctor says on my hair progress and what it's looking like and everything like that. But listen, we're gonna get through this together, because I still don't have all the answers, but there has to be a solution to this, because as minuscule as it seems to lose your hair, it's not like you're losing a limb, it's not like you're losing your life, but it is important. It really is. And you don't realize how important it is until you lose it. So that's all I have to say for this video, my lovelies. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that this inspired you in some way. I hope that this helped you. If you know anyone who is going through hair loss or alopecia, please, please share this video with them, because I know what that's like. I know what it's like. And I know what it's like to try everything and to still not find any solutions, to not know what's really going on with yourself. I know what it's like. I get it. And I'm here for you. If you have anything you want to share or tell me, please share it in the comments below, or feel free to contact me. So I'll see you in my next video, lovelies. Bye.